Use the limit definition to find the derivative of g of t equal to 5 over t cubed. Then find g prime of 4. The limit definition says that we should find the limit as h goes to 0 of g of t plus h minus g of t divided by h. So the first thing that I would do is I would find g of t plus h. So that would be 5 over the cube of t plus h. Then I would find g of t plus h minus g of t, which would be 5 over t plus h cubed minus 5 over t cubed. Then g of t plus h minus g of t over h. That would be 5 over t plus h cubed minus 5 over t cubed over h. Now what we realize that we have here is a complex fraction. So we will simplify that complex fraction by multiplying the top and bottom by the lowest common denominator that we see in all fractions in the complex fraction. So that will be t plus h cubed times t cubed. Now on the top we have two terms, so we would distribute, and in the first term the t plus h cubed would cancel, so we would have 5t cubed. In the second term, the t cubed would cancel, so we would have 5 times the cube of t plus h. On the bottom, we would just have h times t plus h cubed times t cubed. Now, we still can't substitute 0 for h. We're going to need to expand t plus h cubed and then combine like terms and see what happens. We would begin by multiplying out t plus h cubed, which would be t plus h times t plus h times t plus h. This will give us t plus h times t squared plus 2ht plus h squared when we multiply the second two binomials together. Then we should continue by multiplying each term in the first factor by each term in the second factor. So we wind up with t cubed plus 2h t squared plus th squared plus ht squared plus 2th squared plus h cubed. And combining any like terms, we wind up with t cubed plus 3ht squared plus 3h squared t plus h cubed. Now we'll multiply that by 5, as we see in this numerator. This will yield then overall 5t cubed minus 5t cubed minus 15ht squared minus 15h squared t minus 5h cubed. And that is divided by h times t plus h cubed times t cubed. Now what we see happening is all the terms that don't have an h, 5t cubed and minus 5t cubed, are going to cancel. So we'll wind up with only terms that contain an h, which we could factor out. So we'd have h times negative 15 t squared minus 15ht minus 5h squared over h times t plus h cubed times t cubed. And now the convenient thing that happens is these h's are going to cancel. And now we can find the limit as h goes to 0 of negative 15 t squared minus 15ht minus 5h squared over t plus h cubed times t cubed. And this limit then would be negative 15 t squared over t cubed times t cubed, or in other words, negative 15 t squared over t to the 6th, which would be negative 15 over t to the 4th. To find the answer to the b part, g prime of 4, we would substitute 4 for t in the derivative. So negative 15 over 4 to the 4th power, which will be negative 15 over 256.